Have you ever been told that if you care about someone, you shouldn't ignore them? Well, today I'm here to tell you something that probably no one has told you. Ignoring isn't a lack of interest. It's power. Because in a world where everyone competes for attention, the man who doesn't crave it stands out. And he doesn't do it out of pride. He does it out of an awareness of his own worth. Today we're going to discover why not reacting, not pursuing, and not insisting is often the most powerful move a man can make. Why does ignoring hurt more than yelling? When someone yells at you, demands something from you, or demands something from you, you know they're still emotionally involved. But when someone doesn't respond, doesn't ask questions, or doesn't show up, that's disconcerting and it hurts more, because silence is ambiguous. Because disinterest is an invisible slap in the face. Because not knowing what the other person feels makes you imagine the worst. The man who knows how to ignore gracefully, without hatred, without revenge, raises more questions than answers. And psychologically, he who raises more questions has more power. The female mind and the challenge of the unattainable. Women are used to being pursued, to being texted first, sought out, chased, idolized. That's why when a man doesn't do that, he breaks the pattern. And that intrigues them. It makes them uncomfortable. It attracts them. Because deep down, the female mind admires a man who isn't desperate. A man who doesn't sell himself short. A man who has other priorities. And when you ignore him, without malice, without resentment, she begins to wonder, why doesn't he pursue me like the others? Could it be that I'm not enough for him? What does this man have that won't let him crawl? And that's when the game changes. The man who doesn't ignore chains himself. Many men believe that if they ignore her, they'll lose her. So they insist. They pursue. They beg. And what do they achieve? Being seen as worthless, as men without options, as insecure. Those who can't ignore her are slaves to their emotional need. And those types of men don't make you fall in love. They exhaust you. That's why if you can resist the urge to talk to her, to seek her out, to beg for her attention, you're demonstrating control. You're demonstrating masculinity. You're demonstrating power. Ignoring is not mean. It's self-respect. Let's get something straight. Ignoring is not a game. It's not manipulating, nor is it hurting. Ignoring is an act of self-respect. That is, I will not be available to those who don't value me. I will not respond if they only seek me out of convenience. I will not force what doesn't flow. And that, my love, is not a lack of interest. That is being clear about your place. In a society that rewards emotional addiction, the man who withdraws when he is not valued is a rebel. Overwhelming makes you useless. When you are always there, when you answer instantly, when you give without receiving, you become emotional wallpaper. You are there, but you don't make an impact. You are there, but you are not valued. You are there, but you no longer matter. Why? Because what is abundant ceases to be special. The man who ignores wisely is not rude. He is strategic. He knows that his energy, his time, his presence must be exclusive. And that raises your value in anyone's mind. The power of not reacting. They provoke you. They test you. They ignore you. And they expect you to react. But you don't. You ignore. And that's disconcerting. That's disarming. That reverses the power. Because the one who reacts loses control. But the one who ignores sets the pace. Ignoring isn't just leaving things on display. It's saving your energy. It's not justifying yourself. It's not falling into the emotional trap. And that, in this day and age, is a superpower. Conclusion: attraction lies in silence. So remember this, my love. Ignoring isn't a lack of interest. It's a silent declaration that you're no longer willing to beg for love. You know your worth. And you don't need constant reassurance. If a person doesn't see it, you step back. You focus on yourself, and you move forward. Because the man who ignores doesn't do so out of contempt, but out of emotional wisdom. And that makes him a different man, a valuable man. A man who doesn't grovel because he knows he deserves the best.